Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Kurt, and welcome back to Farlands or Bust. We have a room with a view. A room with a view here in the hidey hole from the last episode. Oh, that's right. Now I remember. We had a little bit of a stairwell, if you will. A stairwell, if you will. Indeed. So let's actually still secure that hidey hole. But yes, welcome back to Farlands or Bust. This is episode 393 of the series. Yes, Wolfie, yes. we are getting going. We started walking to the Farlands in episode 11. Hello, Creeper. Let's just pretend we didn't see him. Oh, you're a fast guy. You're a fast creeper, aren't you? Can't follow me on the ice. Well, I guess you can, but not forever. Ooh, we can... let's not waste a boat on that small body of water. Wolfie agrees. We can circumnavigate it to the right here. But yeah, welcome to episode 393, Farlands Bust. Mionde is what I have down in my notes. There is an I after the M for some reason, so welcome. It is Mionde, August 18th, 2014. August 18th, that's right? Yeah, I think so. And we are continuing to walk, and we are continuing to raise money for Child's Play charity. We broke the $9,000 mark. $9,050.34 raised for Child's Play charity. The fundraiser, which we have been contributing to for the past 3 years here in Farlands or Bust, and that is this season's amount. We are in season 5 of Farlands or Bust. Thank you, everybody who donates. We got a pretty big donation here from Derekster. Says, doesn't have a question, but says, I just got married and all the proceeds from the dollar bar at the gamer-themed wedding are going to Child's Play. Thank you very much, and congratulations. He goes on to say, my wife's family really likes to drink. Good luck on your adventure to the Farlands, my friend. Derekster, congratulations and thank you. And I'm not sure how that works. Was it just like one of those weddings where it was an open bar, but $1 per drink donation was appreciated? But either way, thank you very much. Child's Play charity, that money goes directly to Child's Play charity, obviously, as I said, and thank you very much for that big donation and helping us get over $9,000 this season. Indeed. How am I doing for resources? Wool, I've got plenty of boats. Wolfie's like, we got no time to be checking our inventory, you gotta push forward. Onwards and upwards and westwards. Stabbing westwards. Jokes. For those of you who might not know, my skin is that of the 10th Doctor. Doctor Who. Technically speaking, although officially speaking for trademark reasons, it is simply a guy in a suit with 3D glasses on. But yeah, I am a bit of a Doctor Who fan. Although I can't quite claim to be quite so encyclopedic, or I don't go back. I haven't watched any of the original series, just the modern series. What you could say is the modern series. So, yes, I'm a fan, and I was definitely watching at the time, and I was a fan at the time I started doing my my Let's Play here, so that's probably why I chose the Doctor Who skin as my Minecraft skin, and it kind of stuck. But apparently, it would appear that this weekend, this Saturday, the next season of Doctor Who starts with the next Doctor, the 12th Doctor. Peter Capaldi. Should be interesting. I don't have cable, so I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to watch it, but I eventually will. I eventually will be able to watch it, but yeah, that's coming up this Saturday, apparently. And the only news I've really heard about it is that apparently there's going to be less focus on the overall season-long story arc, and it's going to be more just more focused on episode to episode based stories. Like in the past, especially with Stephen Moffat, who's the current executive producer and head writer, I suppose, of the show. He kind of went, I feel, a bit too far into the direction of these story arcs that last the entire season, and then that really kind of, I don't know, it didn't feel right. You kind of missed out on those smaller individual stories that Doctor Who is really known for. So apparently, the word on the street is that's going to be the focus going forward, is getting back to those just episodic storylines as opposed to the season-long storylines. So that's something to look forward to. But otherwise, I personally do not know much about what the plan is, or the storyline, or the plot, or whatnot. So I'm looking forward to that, I suppose. I suppose I can also grab some wood while I'm at it. Thank you, tree, for your resources and your sacrifices to the continued journey to the far lands. Oh, tree. Tree McTreeton. But yeah, that's really all the news I have. I don't have too much news in particular. There was a conjunction this morning. Was it the moon and... No, Jupiter and Venus, I think, were up in the morning. Or was it the moon and Venus? There was a conjunction. I don't get up that early, and it was cloudy as well. So I'm not sure. I'm speaking astronomically. A conjunction, that's when two planets, or the moon and planets, are aligned in the sky, or closely clustered. And then otherwise, just the general news of the day, of the week, of the month have generally not been too uplifting. Speaking of national and world affairs and whatnot, so it gets a little bit tiresome to wake up every morning to read a lot of the stuff that's going on, but there are good things, like a spacewalk is going on right now. Two Russian cosmonauts are spacewalking at the moment. They launched a little nano satellite. I think it was like 4 inches by 4 inches by 4 inches, this little satellite with a little tiny camera on it. Pretty much cell phone technology. But among other things they're doing around the station. Kind of interesting stuff. So there's cool stuff happening outside of the Earth, if that's of interest to you. Woof! It's of interest to Wolfie. It is of interest to Wolfie, wherever he may be. There you go. So, since I don't really have much to talk about in regards to current news or events or things, I do have some questions here from donors to Child's Play charity. So perhaps we'll kind of roll over into roll over, Wolfie. Sit and roll over. That's something they should... I wonder how that would work, but you should be able to, like, have your dog roll over or do tricks. Fetch. Play fetch with the wolf in Minecraft with a snowball or a slime ball or something. Get on it. Enough of these crazy different colored doors and fences. We want to play fetch with our dogs. But yeah, I can get to some questions, I suppose after the sun sets here. Got some questions, indeed. Oh, I could talk about, yeah, I suppose I could, and then this actually leads into one of my questions here. I could talk about, I saw a movie over the weekend. I left the house. I saw a movie over the weekend. I saw the Guardians of the Galaxy. And I don't know that it lives up to the hype. There was a lot of hype. And to me, it was entertaining, sure, but it's just another superhero movie. I talked about this when I saw The Avengers. I'm like, it's just a formula that everybody's sticking to with these superhero films. And yes, it's probably a symptom to the fact that there are about 600 superhero films every year. But it's the same storyline, same plot, same series of events, and it's getting a little bit tiresome. I mean, I suppose there was some humor in Guardians of the Galaxy, but then again, all the other superhero movies have humor. You know, you got your snarky Tony Stark, and, you know, making jokes, and, you know, you got Spider-Man, who's always very... I haven't even seen the most recent, the reboot of the reboot of the reboot of the Spider-Man franchise. So yeah, I don't know that any new ground has been broken or anything like that. Let's go to sleep, and I will continue making unpopular opinions to the internet in the morning. And Guardians of the Galaxy-ness. But yeah, it's pretty much it's just okay, there's some evil or something either from lately from outside the planet or the solar system, some very powerful evil who for whatever reason wants to destroy the universe. That's just the MO. Whoa, careful, Wolfie. The MO of your superhero villain, and a ragtag team of underdogs band together. And at first they're at odds with each other, but then they learn to work together to take down these forces of evil, or force of evil, in unpredictable ways. We've got all these boats. Let's use one here. And it was just kind of like, yeah, was I entertained? Yeah. Did I laugh a few times? Yeah, I did. I had a few genuine laughs, but overall, I've seen this movie before, it seems. Many, many times, actually, in the recent past. So yeah, I was a little bit indifferent to it. Overall, in general, oh well. But that actually led into the question I got from a Child's Play charity donor here. Asks, blah, 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 blah. Have you ever watched a movie blind? With a blindfold over your face. No, a movie blind, that is, without knowing anything about it beforehand. And if so, do you think it's better to do so? That is from Mathsturk. Say that on all one breath. That's generally not something I do. I am a bit of a stickler for, even if somebody suggests a movie I haven't heard of, I have to go online or look at the reviews just to see if it's worth my time and money, or if it's like, oh, maybe we should wait to rent that or something like that. So I'm generally a little bit of a stickler for making sure my time and my now great expense to go out and see a movie in the theater is worth it. However, last night I watched a movie pretty much blind on Amazon, rented it on Amazon. Plug? No, it's not a plug. Everybody knows about Amazon. But Tom Hardy was in a movie called Locke, Locke. It's the name of his character. It was a very interesting premise in that, you know, it was suggested, and I looked up briefly about it, but I'm like, all right, whatever. I need to watch something, and there's nothing. Netflix never has anything new, so this was a new release on Amazon. You know, he's basically it's one of these. It's a different film because he's literally the only actor on the screen. There's like voices and stuff, but he's basically driving in a car. And it's all the phone calls. He's basically just interacting with other people via his Bluetooth phone in his car. And there's a whole, obviously, storyline. There's problems he needs to solve, and there's a whole reason why he's driving for so long, or why he can't stop driving, and he's talking on the phone versus in person with people about certain things. And it was very interesting. Probably better for the rental. I probably in the theater, maybe not so much. And you know that, you know, certainly not a perfect movie, but it was interesting. And like I said, that was kind of as blind as I'll go into a movie. I won't just oh, this movie, watch it. Okay, you know, I'm not really. I have to know what I'm getting into, to be honest. But yeah, that just brought that up because yesterday I hadn't even heard of the movie, say a half hour before I actually started watching it. So That's about as blind into watching movies as I pretty much get. But yeah, it was an alright movie, I suppose. If you have $4 or whatever the rental is around you to see it, and you're out of things to watch, I would perhaps recommend it. Indeed. But different, kind of like Castaway, where for the majority of the film, Tom's Hanks, there's multiples of him, obviously, he's been cloned many times, but, he's alone for the majority, or that other one where what's-his-name is buried alive, and it's just him in the coffin the entire movie. Woof. There's different kind of concept films like that, and that's what this one is kind of. Very, very low budget, I think, is what it was coming down to, is a low budget kind of independent film, but it was, kind of a different thing. So yeah, to answer your question, yes, just yesterday I did, but not normally would I just willy-nilly start watching something without knowing, at least the introductory plot, or who's in it, or perhaps the reviews, or if it's even worth it to see, because I've seen some terrible movies, and I wish not to waste time with those anymore. Yeah, so thanks for that donation and that question. Let's see here from Trehad, that guy. What was your best idea, in your opinion, that you never executed on, and why? Well, that's a kind of a noodle twister. How do you can't really know if you had a best, your best idea. How would you know it was your best idea if you didn't try it to see if it succeeded or failed? So there's kind of a technicality with that question that is kind of difficult to wrap my head around. I suppose I've had ideas about either just things to do, or places to go, or activities to partake in. Do you need some? I feel like you need a munch. Get your munch on. How am I doing for wool? I could probably top it off here. Top off the tank. So I'm trying to think of ideas I've never executed on. After college, when I was having trouble finding a job, I was talking and trying to work with a friend to kind of create our own web development company, simply because we were having problems getting hired on our own. So we started to work together and kind of came up with a name, but then of course, we ended up finding our own jobs, and then kind of time got away with us from there, and then I lost touch with them after a while. I guess that was an idea that wasn't completely executed on, but I don't think it was of any fault or anything like that. It probably wouldn't have worked out that well. The both of us, without that much knowledge about running our own business or whatever, I don't know. I've mentioned I thought about for a while and wanted to take pilot lessons, even since grade school and middle school. I always wanted to get a private pilot's license or fly planes and stuff, and that's something I never even took the first step on. That's just yet another thing where I've waned interest in it, and also just have other things have taken time and been more important to me at the time. It almost feels like you're asking as if I had an idea for an invention or some sort of fancy electronic back scratcher, some sort of invention you're trying to. I don't know. I really can't think on that regard. And I can't say that I had the idea for Twitter 10 years before they actually did it, blah, blah, blah. But no, I'm not much of an inventor. I'm not much like that. And yeah, I'm trying to think back to art school. I had ideas for sculpture and different paintings and stuff, and I probably, I tried to execute on them, but either my skills or my materials at hand weren't up to par with what in order to actually, I had the great idea in my head, but it really didn't coalesce perfectly in front of me due to those factors. So that's a bit of a nebulous question in that regard. So I hope I kind of answered that properly. Ooh, look at these 3 very symmetrical blocks of diagonal sand. Yeah, that's perfect. Beep, bop, boop. I don't know why that's interesting to me. Oh God. I'm interested in symmetry. Boop. That's not really much of a landscape, but I took a picture of it anyway. Yeah, alright, thanks for that donation and that question. Indeed. Alright, let's see here. This one's a little bit longer. I gotta really concentrate on this one. From Azure Angel 17. Are there any derelict fictional universes, such as discontinued film, TV, comic, game, or book franchises? Oh God! I clicked. Oh God, I'm continually jumping. What did I do? Am I still recording? I'm still recording. I clicked Alt. I might have clicked Alt Tab. Oops. Are we still alive? Is everybody still here? Wolfie, are you still with us? Wolfie? Uh-oh. Did I lose Wolfie somewhere? Did he fall? Wolfie? Oh, no, that's a sheep. Dang it! Wolfie? Yellow? Yellow? I never picked him up, did I? Oh gosh, I'm an idiot. Over by the symmetrical sand blocks. Oh, that's pretty funny. I thought I, like, pressed a button that, like, wiped all the entities accidentally. That would have been terrible. Yeah. Sorry, Wolfie! Oh, man. Well, I guess this is where we're going to make the elevated hidey hole after all. He's like, boy, this ice is sure getting cold. Oh, I apologize. I haven't done that in a while. That's happened a few times before. And at much worse times as well. That has happened. Oh, good times. Good times indeed. I'll get back to that question when we continue on in the morning. And forgetful KurtJMacness. Woof, yeah, I'm so sorry. I'm so very sorry. So, the question that I was distracted by. It's all your fault, Azure Angel. All your fault. I forgot Wolfie. No, just kidding. Any derelict fictional universes that you would like to see revisited in some way? Is there a last chapter, issue, episode of film that has stayed with you over the years? Sorry. I don't really get, like, emotionally attached to media in that way, I guess. Like, Firefly was canceled, but, like, okay. I watched it over again, and I saw the movie. Sure, that's great. Was it a good show? Should it keep going? Sure, but whatever. It's just a TV show. I mean, I sure wish, like, the original Tomb Raider would be continuing in the spirit and with the same atmosphere as the original games, the original 3 games, I guess I could say, you know, 4, 5, skipping Angel of Darkness, you know, they're kind of similar, but yeah, the original 3, you know, would be nice, but then again, that could just be nostalgia speaking. So yeah, I haven't really gotten emotionally attached to series. Like, I can't say, oh, Stargate, I want Stargate to come back, or Babylon 5, or anything. You know, I can't. I am quite a boring individual. I do not really have that many specific passions, or well, I do, but not in regards to pop culture, I suppose. You would never find me cosplaying anything of any sort. You would never find me, I don't know, having like a full collection of a certain series or books or seasons of this, that, or the other. I have oh God, careful, wolf. It's good to know that the untamed wolves are just as derpy and, oh my gosh, where did that one go? And prone to falling off cliffs as Wolfie is. Oh, he's stuck. Do we gotta let him out? We gotta save the wolf. Just try not to injure him. Alright, you should be able to get up. Well, either that or you're gonna drown, I suppose. There you go. There you go. There you go. You're probably just gonna run back in there, aren't you? Woof! All the woofs. No, Wolfie, don't you go down there, too. Don't listen to him. He's a bad influence. So yeah, that's a really tough question. And then I kind of, when I start to try to answer that question, I don't prepare these answers ahead of time, as is indicated by the gross lack of commentary and dead air that I'm experiencing right now. But yeah, whenever I'm like faced with these sort of questions, or like, what are your favorite books or novel series, I kind of feel like I'm a little bit what's the word I'm looking for? Subpar. What is the word? I keep coming up with incompetent, but that is not the word I'm looking for. I'm not as in tune or in sync. 98 degrees, New Kids on the Block, you know, that sort of stuff. No, I'm not down with the kids these days. I'm not down with my own culture, my own internet nerdy, geeky culture friends. Like Comic-Con holds no interest to me. All the people who go to Comic-Con and wait 2 hours to get a picture. Oh, there's like a Chicago Comic-Con going on, or it might have gone on soon, and I see like Karen Gillan and Matt Smith are going to be there, and you could pay for the VIP to get like ahead of the line for your picture time with them and signatures, and $600, you know, some craziness like that. Like I'm not. No, just no. I can't really. You know, even like, I'm starting to take this off on a wild and crazy tangent, but even like meeting celebrities or anything like that, like, sure, it'd be interesting to meet certain celebrities or actors or astronauts, you know, Buzz Aldrin, you know, stuff like that, but I don't know that I would really go to extremes out of my way. I suppose the only thing I can really correlate with would be with like a NASA, like the NASA tweet-ups or launches. But then again, even then, there are people who are known as launch chasers, or you know, whatever. They will travel to Japan to watch the launch of the Japanese spacecraft, or they went and, I saw every single space shuttle launch, but even though I live in New York, I traveled down for every single one and watched blah, 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 blah. You know, so there's, to a degree, far beyond what I would say I've experienced. But for a while there, yeah, I at much great personal expense, I tried desperately to see at least a single space shuttle launch from up close and failed miserably. But yeah, anyway, I've gone off on a tangent here. Let's rein it in, Kurt. Rein it in. Let's answer a question from LabTech901, another familiar name from donors and Farlanders here. LabTech asks, I was wondering what your favorite cartoon was as a child, if you're into that. Also, what kind of game do you really want someone to make that hasn't been made before? I've answered the second part of this question, and it pretty much is summed up in I have no idea. They would have to make it first, just like I had no idea Kerbal Space Program or Minecraft was the type of game that I would want, even, you know, until they made it and I played it. So that's a difficult one to answer. But the first part, cartoon, I was a big fan of Tiny Toons and Animaniacs. Pinky and the Brain was probably up there as some of my favorite characters, segments, I suppose, of those shows. Narf. And, yeah, so Pinky and the Brain, perhaps. I'm trying to think of other cartoons. Ooh, cartoons. Very cool little area here. Careful, Wolfie, careful, Wolfie, careful, Wolfie. I just said careful, Wolfie 6 times. Well, 3 times, but you did not heed my warnings. Yeah, Pinky and the Brain. Oh, what is that? Oh, did that go all the way through? Sorry, I saw a pinpoint of light. And I was curious, although curiosity... something to the cat. Oh, is that a skeleton? I saw something moving. It is really dark in this version of the game. Yellow. Oh, it's not. Oh, and there's some water on the other side. Very interesting. Sorry, I'm going to... Whoa, careful, Wolfie. I almost punched you in the face. I'm going to leave things naturally. Like a natural landscape. Take nothing and leave only footprints, as they say. As they say. Alright, quickly now. Postcard time. Postcard time. Oh, yes! Get the down low angle. Oh, he was looking. Look at me. There we go. Good job. Well done. Boop. And let's not forget to pick him up. I'm so sorry. So yeah, let's go with Pinky and the Brain. Probably one of my favorite as a kid growing up. An anonymous donor asked if I have a favorite molecule or chemical element. I can't say that I do. Hydrogen is pretty awesome just because it's kind of the first element. And the entire reason why we're here, I suppose. Yeah. Is pizza an element? Gluten-free pizza, that is. So, yeah, I don't know that I'm at... I don't know that I'm at BFF level with any molecules or elements, I'm afraid. Sorry, I'm not very good at chemistry. No, it's just, they're all pretty decent, aren't they? They get the job done at making things exist and stuff. There you go. Have another piece of meat there, Wolfie, and we are going to dig in for the final hidey hole of the episode. Feels a little bit like one of the episodes that are a little bit too scatterbrained. I didn't have any really... Well, I never do, but I really didn't have any prepared answers for these questions and stuff, but I hope that's alright. We made some progress. A little bit of delayed progress, I suppose, on the way to the far lands here, because we had to backtrack a little bit to pick this noodle up. Noodle! And I think that's alright. That is par for course. So let's cover ourselves up there. Let's, I guess, make a whole new set of tools here while we're at it. Probably forget. But we gotta make a couple beds first. Woof! And we have to say thank you for watching episode 393 of Far Lands or Bust here on my channel. I appreciate it. I'm trying to say, it looks like it might be possible, but I hope I hope I can peek out the microphone. Now, I hope we can reach $10,000 by the time we also reach 400 episodes. That's kind of easy mode. I should say like $12,000 or something, but $10,000 I think is a good goal to reach. We've still got 2 weeks to go until we reach 400 episodes, so that is the challenge I pose to you. I've already got some boats, so let's make these tools. What do I need? Iron! Bing bong, bing bong. Am I doing this right? Am I doing this right? I'm doing this right. Oh, now I'm all full up here. Oh god. Panic attack. Obsessive compulsive. Alright, that I suppose works. Oh no, I gotta pick up the workbench. Dang it. Alright, let's discard of the sand. I will be sleeping on a pillow of sand. So yeah, let's try to reach $10,000 by episode 400, and I will come up with something special to do if we do that. A little bit of a mini goal here for you all, for Farlanders out there, but thank you so much for watching this episode. My name is Kurt. I will see you next time. Tree McTreeton.